finals. Korea carried a 1-1 record through from the first round before adding another win over Lebanon. Qatar came into this stage with a 2-0 record, but then lost to Jordan yesterday. Both in good positions with 2 wins. The winner will certainly be in the final 8, and they will want to be avoiding Iran, perhaps in the next stage, by finishing second in the group. It's the second day of the second round of the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship here in Cheongsha, Qatar. 2-time bronze medal winners set to take on a Korean team that's won the bronze at each of the last 2 tournaments. Both 2-1 in Group F. The prize is a place in the quarterfinals. Analyst Joaquin Henson alongside me, Tim Long. What can we be expecting from this one here today?
Well, Tim, every game has been very interesting, especially now we're in the second round. As you mentioned, a lot is at stake in this game. Both these teams are now tied for second place in their second round bracket. Both these teams want to preserve their position as the number 2 team here. If you fall down to number 3 in the knockout quarterfinals, you then face the number 2 of the other bracket, and that could be the defending champion, Iran. So big motivation for this contest here is for both teams to go all out to secure the victory and nail that number 2 position behind China. If you can see the number 1 spot in China, then that number 2 spot is up for grabs. You fall down to number 3, it could be a nightmare for you in the knockout quarterfinals. This game is almost a must-win situation, not only for Korea, but also for Qatar. As you see, the Korean team has been introduced. Kim Dong-hwan, longtime national player for Korea. A lot of big names in this Korea lineup. Choi Sung-min, we saw him introduced. Moon Tae-young, and now for Qatar, Trey Johnson has been introduced. Ali Said Abdul Rahman, he was the hero in that double overtime victory of Qatar over Lebanon. Irfan Ali Said, the veteran. So many weapons here for Qatar. Number 10 player, Saad, has been a spark plug off the bench. We talked about Irfan Ali Said. He gives you that athleticism. He can stroke it from outside. He's a post player and a huge presence inside. Number 13 man, Mohammed. And Adam, but you asked the question, if you're Qatar, what kind of game is Trey Johnson going to bring to the table in this one? He didn't have his A game last time out. Only 11 points and 4 out of 15 from the field.
Let's pause for the national anthem, starting with Korea.
So, our order, please remain standing for the national anthem of Qatar.
Qatar started with a 4-point win over Kazakhstan, then a big double overtime win over Lebanon that both carried into the second round, but they've lost their last two now against Chinese Taipei in the first round and by 11 against Jordan yesterday here in the second. Korea started with a big win over Jordan, then came the narrow defeat to China, having surrendered a 20-point advantage before recovering impressively with a 42-point win over Singapore, and then yesterday with a 14-point win over Lebanon. Can they keep up the momentum, or will Qatar stop their slide? Alongside me is our expert analyst Joaquin Henson, who's going to guide you through the team rosters and the starting fives here on game day 2 of the second round.
Are certainly no strangers to each other. In the knockout quarterfinals of the 2013 FIBA Asia Championship, South Korea beat Qatar 79-52. That game was not close. Korea knows the answer to Qatar's slow down, methodical half-court set. And if they can unravel that kind of speed game once more, then they'll be in business. Take a look at the referees for this game, from the Philippines, from Japan, and from India. And the roster for the Korean team right now. Keep an eye on number 10 player, Cho Sung-min. He's their hot shooter from the outside. And then you've got Moon Tae-young, number 22 player. He provides you a lot of defense, intensity underneath the boards. And then Lee Jong-hyun, number 32. He's the defensive presence. And you take a look at the players on the starting five. Dong Kyun-jang, who was doubtful actually for this tournament with an Achilles problem. Cho Sung-min, we talked about him. Kim Jong-kyu and Tae Young-moon, we talked about him as well. And Seung-hyun Lee, an outside gunner who gives them a presence also in the inside, playing the center position. And for Qatar, the man of the hour, the man of the moment for them is number 5, Clinton Trey Johnson. He's their naturalized player. We talked about Saad Abdul Rahman Ali, wearing number 6, Ali Said Arfan, the veteran, number 11. Those three players will carry the charge for Qatar in this one. As you take a look at the starting five, Abdul Rahman Mohammed Saad, Ali Said Arfan, Abdullah Mohammed, number 9, he's a long-range bomber. And then, of course, you have Trey Johnson. Not starting in this game is Ali Saad Abdul Rahman.
This is a Korean team that very rarely fails to make the podium at the Asia Championships. And just think, if they were to fail to finish second in this group, they would face Iran potentially in the quarterfinals and possibly miss out on the final four. This is a huge game for them. And for Qatar, well, can they make it a close game?
Without a doubt. I think both teams are really looking to hold on to that number 2 position. They're tied for that position right now, but something's got to give. After this game, Qatar still has to face Korea, and that's a daunting task. And for Korea, rather China, and for Korea, after this game, they still face Jordan. So Qatar's assignments, this game Korea, next is China. For Korea, it's Qatar in this game, and then Jordan to wind up the second round hostilities. And there's the Greek coach of Qatar. We were talking to him just before this game. He's installed the European system in the way Qatar has played. He's been with this program for the last 2 years, and he's very excited about progressing this program, particularly here in the FIBA Asia Championships, into the knockout quarterfinals, but they want a good placing in the second round.
We're already in China on the second day of the second round of the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship. Myself, Tim Long, alongside analyst Joaquin Henson, ready to talk you through the action in Changsha. Two-time champions Korea, making their 28th appearance in the competition and having only ever failed to reach the podium on 3 occasions, up against a Qatar team who've made the quarterfinals in 6 of the last 7 tournaments. The winner here will guarantee their place in the final 8. Korea looking for a quick score to get going, and they get it from Cho.
Well, you remember Korea's first victory against Jordan when they hit 15 three-point shots against Jordan's European-style defense. They're going to be applying that same kind of pressure from the outside against Qatar.
Qatar off the mark with their first shot from Saeed. Here comes Yang. Yang looking to wriggle free. Just misses out on a chance at a three-point play after the foul from Saad.
That kind of agility is a huge asset here for Korea. Speeding up the game, catching the defense off balance and off guard in that drive towards the basket.
So Korea at the line with Yang Dong-gyen.
And he's the captain of this team. And as I was saying before the game started, with an Achilles heel injury, he was actually doubtful for this tournament, but willing himself to don the jersey of South Korea to play in this tournament, hoping to put South Korea in another podium finish.
There's certainly been no signs of that ankle injury. He's been in fine form. Qatar still can't get going with the shot from the outside. Here comes Yang going through the gears again, out to Cho on the far side. Yang looking to make himself available on the perimeter, receives it now. Korea very quick from the start in this one, having to slow it down now. Yang will take his time, move into the final 6 seconds of the shot clock, then he's going to put it up for three. Can't hit.
High ball screen that time for Korea. That's what you want. You want those screens for your outside gunners. And for Qatar, you want to work the ball inside. Get it in the hands of your athletic big men.
Here's Trey Johnson. Looking for the entry pass, batted away by Moon Tae-young.
Well, too predictable, but good intention to get the ball in the hands of the big guy.
Cho moving it on quickly, quick turn and finish by Kim Jong-kyu, and a chance of a three-point play. Korea have made a blistering start.
Very early in this game, you see Korean coach. A hot start here for Korea. They're looking to run Qatar to the ground.
Kim Jong-kyu looking to make it an 8-0 run at the start of the game for Korea, and does. Trey Johnson.
And the man matched up against him is Moon Tae-young. He's probably Korea's number one one-on-one defender.
An aggressive move, and they're able to get the layup to drop with Abdul Rahman Saad.
And that's what you want if you're Qatar. You need to work that ball inside. Oh, second servings here for South
Catches
Korea.
his own rebound, Kim Jong-kyu, and puts it in. 5 points in the space of just a few seconds for him.
And here's the slow down pace of Qatar. Trey Johnson.
Taking his time. Here's Saad. Looking to drive in again, and rejected by Kim Jong-kyu, who's having an impact at both ends of the court.
And this style of game of Qatar is very similar to Jordan's. They spread the floor, opening up an opportunity for Saad to drive one-on-one, using his athletic ability and size.
Rebound grabbed by Lee for Korea. Yang. Now Cho. Moon Tae-young. Kim Jong-kyu moves it on to Cho Sung-min. Shot clock down to 4. He puts it up contested from the outside. Misses. Moon Tae-young grabs the offensive board though and puts it back in. And it's a double-digit lead after just 3 minutes for Korea.
Moon Tae-young so active underneath the offensive boards. Qatar needs to locate where he is and put a body between him and the goal.
Here's Trey Johnson. He's going to pull up for 3. And the Qatar struggle continues from the start.
3 defensive rebounders for South Korea. Not a single offensive rebounder for Qatar in that situation.
Yang prodding and probing, moving it across to Cho. Back to Yang over on the far side, quickly towards Moon Tae-young. Long two, no good. They're trying to secure another offensive board, and they have done. Cho fizzes it to Moon Tae-young. Handed back to Cho, off balance, able to get the pass away into Moon Tae-young. Not a pretty offense. They get another offensive board and a fresh 14 again. Qatar just can't grab it right now. And it goes to Lee Sung-hyun. A miss, and finally Qatar are able to get on the ball.
A lot of opportunities for Korea, but you have to credit the defense of Qatar.
Offensive board for them now, and put back in by Saeed. Only their their second field goal in over 4 minutes. Moon Tae-young. Oh, the layup missed by Kim Jong-kyu, but another offensive board. Moon Tae-young completely free for the long two, misses. Saeed trying to grab this rebound, and a foul. Kim Jong-kyu called for the foul this time. Qatar have given up 5 offensive rebounds in the opening 4.5 minutes here.
And that's the reason why Coach Fragias bringing in number 13 man Mohammed. He needs a more imposing presence underneath the boards for those rebounds.
Oh, picked off here by Yang. Lightning fast steal, lightning fast move to the rim, and Korea back up by 10.
Great anticipation on the part of Yang. He's the captain of this Korean ball club.
Here's Trey Johnson. Long two for him. He's short. Trying to secure the board there was Lee Sung-hyun. Out of bounds, it is Korea ball. What a second half Yang had yesterday. 18 points and 8 assists, all after half-time. Here's Cho looking for his second from downtown. Can't hit. Rebound Saeed. Or rather Mohammed. Trey Johnson getting inside. Nice pass. Good hesitation on the shot from Mohammed, and he draws the contact.
A little bit of a delay in the pick and roll action that time, but Trey Johnson still keeping his wits together. You watch it right here. And missing the opportunity for close range. Mohammed at the line, and guess who is now on the floor? Ali Saad Abdul Rahman, the big hero in that double overtime victory of Qatar over Lebanon, where we sort of crowned Qatar the king of overtime at the FIBA Asia Championships. Here's the free throw coming from big boy Mohammed.
Mo Mohammed, 8 points per game, 7 rebounds per game so far in 23.5 minutes a game on court, shooting over 50%. And getting them both from the foul line. Yang. Into Moon Tae-young. Across to Cho. Back to Yang. Nice ball movement around the perimeter. 3 off the mark, and then a foul under the basket.
Starting out with a 1-2-2. Zone defense is Qatar. You know, the change-up in the defensive alignments here of Qatar has kept Korea guessing what kind of defense to attack. So Qatar trying to turn this into a tactical game. Korea, they want this to be a running game. They want to play open court. And they want to get their outside shooters on target quickly.
Ali moving it into Mohammed. Back to Ali Saad. And he's fouled under the basket. Couple of negatives for Korea on that last offensive possession for them. 4 missed three-pointers in a row now. And the second personal foul on Kim Jong-kyu. Foul on Cho on the defensive end is his first. And Ali Saad at the line.
And Korea now with 14 fouls. So next is over the limit for them.
1 foul on the offensive end and then a quick foul on the defensive end.
And giving Qatar an opportunity to close in with free throws.
The deficit is 6. It's been as many as 10. Moon Tae-young drives in, plays the bounce pass to Choi. Back out to Cho. Trying to feed it through to Yang. Kicked away by Trey Johnson.
That's a tough zone defense Qatar is playing. Starting out with a 1-2-2 to put some pressure on the man with the ball, and then settling to a 2-3 zone defense. And Korea, they've got the outside shooters to break that zone.
Put up here from long range by Lee Sung-hyun. And a chance for Qatar to get closer.
You know, they run a pick and roll, or rather a pick and pop, but they don't have the spacing because of that good zone defense by Qatar.
Saeed looking to attack. spins towards the baseline. Lee Sung-hyun with some good defense, and Korea come away with it.
That's a zone defense by Korea as well.
Yang. Lee Sung-hyun moves it onto the far side. Open three. No good for Moon Seong-gon, who'd just come into the game.
And right now, there's no rhythm in Korea's offense because that zone defense has disrupted the flow. And you get the sense that while Korea is up by 6, Qatar is now controlling tempo.
Mohamed looking to go to work up against Lee Sung-hyun. Trapped by the double team. Back out to Saad. Final seconds of the shot clock. And he's fouled.
What a drive to the basket. He'll go to the line on the penalty. And if you're Korea, you don't like what's going on. Here's that drive. Saad very much aware that Korea in the penalty situation, so aggressive in driving strong to the hole. He wanted to get to the foul line, and that's where he is right now.
The foul on Moon Seong-gon. He was into the game here, didn't play yesterday. And Abdul Rahman Saad at the line. Misses the first. They were 4 of 4 from the foul line before that one. Saad, 5.7 points per game, 3 rebounds per game in 22 minutes a game so far. Misses them both.
Wasted opportunity there for Qatar. They had a smart move to get the foul on the penalty, but they failed to capitalize.
Final 2.5 minutes of the first. Korea playing out of the trap defense. Nice bounce pass and a strong finish. Kim Jong-kyu rising to dunk it down and gets the foul as well.
Well, we did point out agility, quickness, very important ingredients in the way Korea must move the ball around.
Just got it to drop off the backboard, didn't quite get the dunk.
This is a classic case of a confrontation between a team with size against a team with quickness, and that time spreading the floor, drawing the defense of Qatar outside because you know that Korea has good outside shooters, and then attacking the basket once the space was cleared for easy access.
An emphatic play from Kim Jong-kyu, and it's been an emphatic start from him. Make it 8 points now in the first 7.5 minutes.
But he goes to the bench with 2 personal fouls. Number 32 player, we've talked about him earlier, Lee Jong-hyun, and he's their #1 defensive rim protector.
Trey Johnson gets it back here from Ali Saad. Looking to get inside as it knocked away. Yang comes up with another steal. Final 2 minutes of the quarter. Korea looking to open up a double-digit advantage again as Cho moves it into the paint. Here he is going to work. Can't hit though, Lee Sung-hyun.
Great recovery in the part of Qatar, number 13 player Mohamed.
Nice feed in the paint. Hesitation on the shot, but denied by Lee Jong-hyun. Hit back up for Qatar here, trying to force it in. And they do eventually get it to go with Mohd Mohamed.
Tenacity displayed by Mohamed in keeping that ball alive and getting the 2 points. Here's the trap, and it's a foul against Korea. Great job on the trap defense. They caught Cho Sung-min right by the timeline.
And that's Cho's second foul. So Cho and Kim Jong-kyu for Korea, both picking up 2 fouls apiece in the opening 8.5 minutes.
And Cho had the first basket of the game at the 3-point shot. That's what he's known for. He has to go back to the bench. And Lee is now checked in for Korea, wearing number 3. Two-3 zone defense by Korea. They try to take away the post position and the athletic ability of the bigs of Qatar.
Abdi across to Trey Johnson. Abdi's going to put it up for 3 and knock it down to get Qatar within 4. Final minute of the first quarter. Kang onto Yang. Kang setting the screen, receives it again now. Into the paint, little hesitation, can't get the roll. Qatar can look to make it a really close first quarter now, with Trey Johnson controlling the pace. Slowing it down, finding Abdi, looking to work it into the big man Saeed. Turns, mid-ranger off the mark. And Korea just about able to come up with the rebound.
This will likely be the last possession of the quarter. Korea still in the driver's seat, but that's a precarious 4-point lead. Plus, the complexion of the game has changed. Momentum has swung over to the Qatar side. Even if they're behind, they're controlling tempo.
Yang loses it.
Johnson with a steal.
Johnson pirouetting away. Couple of seconds to work with. Going to go all the way himself. Tip back. They miss it. A huge opportunity blown at the buzzer at the end of the first quarter for Qatar to halve the deficit down to just a one-possession game. It is only a 4-point game. Korea had an all-guns-blazing start, but Qatar slowed the pace and started to edge closer. And at the end of one, it's Qatar 13, Korea 17.
Well, Qatar forcing a tactical confrontation here with Korea, and Korea appears to be playing Qatar's game. Take a look at the 2-point percentages here. Korea with the advantage, and Qatar with a 1-rebound advantage in that department, but Korea 3 assists, and Qatar only 1. Turnovers, more for Korea, and for steals, rather more for Qatar in turnovers, and steals Korea with more steals. And some images from the first quarter that just happened. That was the tip. 4-point advantage enjoyed here by Korea. Both teams going to the zone defense. There's the getaway here. Kim already with 8 points, but he's had to sit down towards the end of the first quarter with 2 personal fouls. There's the steal, the cat-quick reflexes of Yang, delivering the 2 points on the break here for Korea. And you see the defense of Korea hanging around, making sure there would be no easy basket for Saad in that play. And then they run the pick and roll, and Kim connecting with the inside 2 points. And Trey Johnson finding Abdi for the 3-point shot, and Johnson has not contributed yet in offense in this game. He missed what would have been a buzzer beater layup, and Ali showing his frustration by slamming the ball on the floor, not getting it to fall on the offensive rebound as time expired to end the first quarter. Been a dogfight here, Tim, and so much at stake in this game. We talked about how important it is for both these teams to hold second position in their group in the second round.
Korea lead by 4, 17-13 at the start of the second. Qatar looking to close the gap. Aggressive move to bundle his way into the paint from Mo Mohammed, and he's fouled.
That's what you call carving space. And his size, his athletic ability. Watch him there. Nobody from Korea could stop him. There's no double team. And Lee unable to prevent Mohammed from backing his way closer and closer to the basket for scoring position.
Bit of foul trouble in the first quarter for Korea, so Cho and Kim Jong-kyu both on the bench at the moment, having picked up 2 fouls. We talk about Korea as being a big 3-point shooting team. The first shot was a 3-pointer with about 10 seconds on the clock. They've missed 5 in a row over the final 9 minutes and 50 seconds of that first quarter. And after that early scoring burst, Qatar have been edging closer and closer and continue to do so. And they've done a lot of their damage from the foul line. Knocked away. There was a kick ball for the second time in the game from Trey Johnson.
Again, a disruption in the flow of Korea's offense. Oh, that's a wide open medium range jumper.
From the foul line, no good though. And Qatar have the chance to tie or maybe even take the lead. They've been down by as many as 10. Korea were leading 12-2. So it's a wonderful run to come back here from Qatar.
Kang sat down here by Korean coach after missing that wide open medium range jumper. So they bring back Lee Seung-hyun once more.
Trey Johnson with the long two, nails it to tie the game. And it's a 15-5 Qatar run now. That 10-point advantage for Korea has disappeared. Yang gets it back on the perimeter, invited to shoot the three, and takes it on with style.
And don't give up the three. I think Qatar is more comfortable giving up the medium range jumper than the three.
Only Korea's second three-pointer of the game. Abdi drives inside, but has it knocked away, and here come Korea again with Yang. They thought about the three, they'll take it on from the corner now, off the mark. Not the smoothest fast break you'll see. Trey Johnson. That's going to be a long two, and he nails it. Qatar within one, so Trey Johnson coming alive.
Back-to-back jump shots here for Trey Johnson. He only had 11 points last time out. His output has actually been dipping, Tim, from 31, 31, then 15, then 11.
Korea looking to attack over on the far side. Difficult shot. Qatar with the chance now to take the lead from 10 down. They'll try it from the outside too, and they will from a double-digit deficit. Qatar lead off the three-pointer from Ali Saad and force Korea into calling a timeout 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Really intriguing contrast of styles here. The slow pace of Qatar, controlled by Trey Johnson, contrasting against the fast penetration and outside shooting of Korea. And at the moment, it's Qatar coming out on top. They've weathered a bit of a storm, having gone down 12-2. A 10-point lead has now disappeared, and Qatar lead by 2, 22-20.
There's no consistency in Korea's quickness in their attack. And you're seeing the defense of Qatar. They're actually giving Korea opportunity to score within the medium range, but they're not giving up the three-point shot. And Korea, how many three-point shots have they had? Korea out of their 20 points?
Korea have only hit 2. They've taken 8.
So a very poor percentage from three-point distance, because Qatar is closing out on that three-point shot and giving up the medium range instead. There's another three-point shot that missed. So great adjustment here in the defense of Qatar. They're closing out on the three-point shooters, but giving up the medium range. And Korea's not taking the medium range shot.
Trey Johnson, double-teamed, wide open three for Qatar. No good for Saeed. They get the offensive board though with Ali Saad. And it goes towards Mohammed. Saeed able to grab it, athletic move. Good hesitation too, can't finish though.
Still another opportunity here for Qatar. And Korea is not used to this space. I mean, they like an up and down type of game. And right now, they're being forced to play tactical. That's not their style.
Mohamed onto Ali. Put up here by Trey Johnson. Saeed, an offensive board, another opportunity. Three from the far side is knocked down by Abdi. And Qatar lead by 5 from 10 down.
And believe it or not, Qatar has more three-point conversions than Korea. And Korea is known to be a three-point shooting team.
And they miss another one from the corner.
And what a turn of events here as Qatar has opened up a 5-point lead.
Into the paint it goes. Back out to the outside again. Swung over to the far side. They'll try another from downtown, not this time. Another offensive board though. Saeed's athleticism really helping them out under their rejection for Korea from Lee Jong-hyun.
Well, you expect that from Lee Jong-hyun. He had 3 blocked shots in Korea's victory over Lebanon last night, 85-71. He averaged more than 3 blocks a game in the FIBA World Cup in Spain last year.
Abdi shaking off the attentions of Cho, can't finish though.
Abdi more comfortable hitting the outside shot than the inside. There's a foul in Qatar.
Qatar are 3 of 7 from downtown now.
And Korea must be 2 out of 9?
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Not what we've come to expect from them.
No, far from it.
Yang's going to try another one. They'll keep on going, and another miss.
That's 2 out of 11 now from three-point distance for Korea.
The pace slowed methodically again by Trey Johnson, then firing a pass in. Just about able to recover it. Abdi, and then a foul on Cho.
It's almost like Qatar is sleepwalking when they bring up the ball.
And it's number 3 on Cho, less than 15 minutes in.
Bad news for Korea. One of their ace gunners, Cho Sung-min, now in foul trouble, but he's not getting lifted. Oh, wait a minute. Will he be lifted? Yes, he is. He will be lifted here. Coach Kim Dong-hwan recalling Cho Sung-min on the bench. He's got 3 personal fouls.
Choi Jun-yong is going to come in instead.
Good foul management for Qatar so far. 4 players with just 1 foul apiece.
Trey Johnson for the long 2. Can't hit. Offensive ball grabbed by Ali.
Ran out of space.
Stepped out of bounds, so Korea ball.
Ali Said Abdul Rahman, born in Somalia, lives in Canada, is a dual passport holder. He has Canadian citizenship and Qatari citizenship. Played his college ball in Canada.
Here's Choi. Moving it on to Lee Sung-hyun. Back out to the perimeter. Chance to drive in for Lee Jong-hyun, who has it knocked away and turns it over.
Again, that defense of Qatar, they're forcing Korea to put the ball on the floor. And once that happens, then the bigs, the athletic bigs of Qatar come closing in and stop you in your tracks. What Qatar's defense is doing is they're taking away the 3-point shot of Korea.
Korea has scored just 20 points in 15 minutes. And that was after a scoring burst at the start of the game as well. Offensive board again for Qatar and flipped up and in by Ali.
A rebounding disparity must be huge at this stage.
26 boards for Qatar, 14 for Korea. 11 of those on the offensive end for Qatar.
That's too big a difference here for South Korea.
Knocked away and into the hands of Lee Sung-hyun. Moon Tae-yun picked off again. Can they get the tip? Nobody following in to help. Korea come away with it. Choi throws it up. Off the broken play, they get a much-needed field goal from Lee Jong-kyu.
And credit Korea for keeping its wits together.
The pressure on half court that Trey Johnson's able to get away from to the foul line. Wide open 3. They can't hit. Moon Tae-yun reels in the rebound. Here he is on the offensive end as well, into Lee Jong-hyun. Kim Tae-sul. Choi. He's going to try the 3, and Choi drains the 3-pointer to get Korea within 2.
That's a huge equalizer, that three-point shot. If Korea has it on target, they'll be the ball game quickly. And sure enough, it's just a 2-point lead by Qatar.
They were only 2 of 11 from the outside before that one. Foul on Choi.
Choi actually one of 3 newcomers in the Korean lineup. You see him there taking the outside shot. Choi, Jun Hyung, Kang Sung Jae, and Moon Seung Jun. They were brought into the lineup after there was a major shakeup in the national team roster. As many as 11 players from Korea, veterans, were taken out of the roster for various reasons. And those 11 players actually can make up another national team for Korea.
Strong drive to the hoop. Back out to the outside. It's a 3 for Qatar. No good, but tipped back another offensive rebound. That's number 13 in the game.
And too many second chance opportunities here for Qatar.
Thrown up here
watch
for
it right here.
Saeed. Has to save it on the baseline. Abdi going to put it up from mid-range. They can't grab the offensive board this time.
Choi picking up the pace. A no-look pass. And the intended receiver was also not looking. Coach Kim Dong-hwan telling Choi, you should have gone straight to the hole. Poor fellow wanted to share the basketball. Now he's being told to be aggressive.
I think Korea's 12-2 lead, we'll have to check this, was around 5 minutes in. So they've only scored around 13 points in the space of about 13 minutes now. Qatar shooting a 3 again. It's Ali who hits from the outside. And the lead back to 5. Kim Tae-sul over to Moon Tae-young. Choi. Moon Tae-young tries the long 2. Can't hit. Rebound grab by Saeed.
The rebounding dominance has been so evident in this game. And Ali Saeed again trying it from long distance. Well, Trey Johnson is not on the floor. That makes a big difference here in the way Qatar is orchestrating its offense.
Moon Tae-young getting free and getting the roll.
Oh, the Qatar coach going bananas here on the sidelines. Fragyas telling his boys they should not have allowed that kind of a shot, close range shot for Korea.
Ali over to the near side. Abdi to Saad. From downtown, halfway down and back out again. Kim Tae-sul across to Choi. Korea's scoring is picked up here. And that one rattles around and drops for Lee Song-hyun. So Korea have made it a 1-point game. And Qatar are going to call timeout with a minute and change remaining in the first half here. First score in the game for Lee Song-hyun.
And for Qatar team, I think they've fallen in love with a three-point shot. They've been going to that outside bomb. While it's fallen for them at least, what, 4 on 4 occasions, I think now they're beginning to miss. And now they're playing Korea's game. Korea wants an outside shooting game. They wanted a shootout. And for Qatar, they need Trey Johnson on the floor because he controls things. He makes this a slow-down game. There's the Qatar coach, Fragyas of Greece, and the opposing coach from Korea, Kim Dong-hwan.
Yeah, Qatar took 3 shots from the outside in the first quarter. They've taken 9 from the outside in the second quarter.
Just too many shots here for Qatar. It's really not their game. You need to be able to work the ball inside to their athletic bigs. That's where their strength lies. Now Trey Johnson is back on the floor. They've missed him over the last few possessions for Qatar because he controls the show here for Qatar. They've been a little bit disorganized in their offense lately.
High pass up towards Saeed. Fingertips on it from Lee Jong-hyun. Then given away. Saeed gets in. Can't finish. They put it in at the second attempt with Saad.
We talked about the rebounding dominance. So evident in that play. The second chance opportunities that Korea is giving to Qatar.
Whistle on the play. 38.9 seconds to play in the first half. 3-point differential. Qatar lead. A timeout called, with Qatar leading 32-29, and Korea hoping to maybe tie or make it a one-possession game.
Well, a cause for concern here for Korea, the offensive rebounding of Qatar. They're just getting too many opportunities. And I'm suspecting that their field goal attempts must be so numerous compared to Korea at this stage.
Well, Qatar have actually only taken 4 more from the field.
Probably because of their turnovers, taking away the advantage from the rebounding.
13 offensive boards to Korea's 5 for those second chance opportunities.
And in terms of turnovers,
only 6 to 5.
And more against Qatar.
Qatar have 6.
Okay.
Korea have 5. The differential just 3 points. Qatar lead 32-29. But Korea have come up with 6 steals to Qatar's 3.
Now we saw a glimpse of Coach Kim Dong-Kwan talking to his big man Lee Jong-hyun. Obviously, they're trying to address the concern of Qatar's offensive rebounding. So the coach talking to his big man, they want him to be more aggressive in blocking out and taking away the offensive opportunities here for Qatar. I think the big factor has been the defense far outside on the point guard. Ali providing that defense way outside against the Korean point guard.
And it goes towards the low post. Wonderful move from Lee Sung-hyun to escape 2 or 3 of them on the defense and to flip it up and in.
Now you talk about the tactical game. Korea just finished with its timeout. Now it's Qatar's turn to talk about their defense and how their defense collapsed and allowed Lee Sung-hyun to work his way inside and score the layup.
Qatar led by the 10 points of Ali Saad. 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the foul line.
You watch
Tremendous
it
bit
right
of footwork.
here. Yeah, nice footwork underneath. But then the entry pass, that's something that Qatar cannot afford to give up. Once that entry pass is there, then the lateral quickness and the mobility of the Korean bigs will take care of business inside.
Korea led by the 8 points of Kim Jong-kyu, although picking up 2 fouls early on. He's only played 7.5 minutes in this game. They've got 7 points from Yang Dong-gyen. And foul trouble for Cho Sung-min, who hit a shot after around 10 seconds from the outside. There is only 3 points of the game. And he can be one of their key scorers.
Well, the man who's left his imprint here in the way Qatar is playing is Ali Saad Abdul Rahman. The defense that he has put on the Korean point guard has been decisive so far.
Final seconds of the first half. Qatar lead by just 1. Trey Johnson slowing it right down, looking to use the rest of the seconds in the half and create a shot. And there's a foul on Lee Jong-hyun with 6.5 seconds to play.
Good foul to give if you're Korea, neither team in the penalty. But this is what we were saying. You want the ball in the hands of the big guy. Mohammad using his athletic ability, drawing the contact from Lee.
Second foul on Lee Jong-hyun. Trey Johnson, 5 seconds to shoot here at the end of the first half. Johnson is going to go alone. It's a long 2, foot on the line. It's good at the buzzer for Trey Johnson.
How many times has he done that?
For Qatar.
Well, we call him Mr. Clutch. Clinton Johnson, they call him Trey for good reason. The 3-point basket. Unbelievable nerves of steel. Trey Johnson hitting it at the buzzer. And I think he's done that at least 3 times in the championship so far. 35-31, Qatar up ahead. As we look at the game statistics, flashed on your screens. 3-pointers, Qatar with 5 conversions and 3 for Korea. And that's unusual. Korea, usually a good 3-point shooting team, but Qatar has not given them that shot. And Qatar with a huge advantage in total rebounds as well as in offensive rebounds. Qatar with one more turnover and steals Korea +3 in that department. Game leaders so far, Kim Jong with 8 points and Ali with 10 points. Trey Johnson finishing the half with 7 points, including that huge triple to end the half. Top scorer so far. There's Johnson with 7. Our rebound leaders are Fanali Saeed with 8, showing the way for Qatar. And Lee with 5 for Korea. Moon Tae-young really hasn't shown much in this game, only with 4 points so far. And Cho Sung-min getting into early foul trouble. He's got 3 personal fouls and only 3 points in this game to show across his name. He has been a missing ingredient in Korea's offense.
This is a player who averages 16 points a game. Cho Sung-min, 3 fouls in the first half, limited to 3 points. Qatar have been very methodical and very impressive over the first 20 minutes. A turnover from Choi that time.
The big statistical discrepancy is in offensive rebounding, as we noted when we saw the statistics flashing your screens. 14 offensive rebounds for Qatar and only 5 for Korea. And Qatar, as a result, with 5 more field goal attempts.
And that the buzzer-beating 3 right at the end of the half from Trey Johnson that sees Qatar leading 35-31 over Korea at half-time. Join us for the second half in around 10 minutes' time.
国家里全球合作伙伴匹克爱人队。就要来关节，2015国际行业亚锦赛高福利长线赞助商，爱关节近代关节全项营养品，爱运动就要来关节，2015国际行业亚锦赛高福利长线赞助商，爱关节近代关节全项营养品。湖南建工集团，湖南省首家房屋建筑工程总承包，热情资质企业集团，连续12年入选中国企业500强，连续12年荣获70项中国建设工程5等奖，致力打造成为集项目投资、运作、实施和经营能力于一体的总服务商，国内建筑业先锋企业。为国家经济和社会发展做出更大的贡献。
Welcome back to Cheongsha, where Korea trail by 4 to Qatar. And they found it very difficult. After a flying start, they led 12-2, a double-digit lead. Qatar just started to control the pace of the game, though, with Trey Johnson. And early foul trouble for Kim Jong-kyu after his early 8 points. Qatar were hitting from the outside, a couple of them from Ali Saad. And then that three-point shooting started to dry up, and Korea were offered a route back into the game.
When you mentioned three-point shooting, Qatar with 5 three-point conversions in this game so far, and Korea 3. And outside shooting is Korea's game. Korea hit 15 triples against Jordan, and now they can't seem to get that three-point shooting going against this very stifling defense put up by Qatar. Qatar's turned this into a tactical game. As you see on court, the players for Korea, but you can't count out Korea. That three-point shot will always be a deadly weapon for them.
Cho in the game for Korea at the start of the second half on 3 fouls. Moved on by Yang. Back out to Yang. They've created a good look from 3. Perfect way to start the second half for Korea.
That's 4 triples now for Korea, and the lead is down to just 1.
Trey Johnson. I mentioned Qatar's three-point shooting dried up a little. He hit one right at the buzzer at the end of the half, though, and he misses one right at the start of the second half.
2-3 zone defense by Korea. Again, they want to take away the advantage Qatar has with its size and its athletic ability inside.
Yang Dong-yen driving inside, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Qatar come away with it. Trey Johnson slows it down as well. Back onto his left hand, waiting for movement. They're moving towards the basket from Saeed. Created the space on the perimeter. They missed the shot, though.
There's a
Foul on Abdi.
preemptive foul there by Abdi. You know, we saw stretches in the first half, Tim, where both these teams were exchanging three-point baskets. That's when Qatar lost control of the game. Korea wants to turn this into an outside shooting contest, and Qatar must re-establish its kind of game and not play to Korea's style.
Cho over to Lee Sung-hyun, handed it back on the perimeter. Lee Sung-hyun looking to bulldoze his way through into a good position. Had the mismatch against Ali Saad and put it in.
Wide body there for Lee.
Trey Johnson. Korea have taken the lead here, having trailed by 4 at the half. Good start to the third quarter for them. Trey Johnson meandering his way through the defense onto Saeed, off balance and misses the shot. And here come Korea with that run and gun style again. Forced backwards out to the perimeter. To Yang, didn't want to take on the shot. Cho, he might take it on now. The defense collapsing and then a hard collision.
Might have hit his elbow on the hard court.
Kim Jong-kyu making a move.
Yeah, he's shaken up. He's holding his elbow. I heard that strong thud.
Collision
Watch
with
it right here.
Mohammed.
Ooh, he got pushed. And then he fell on his forearm. Might have hit his elbow. There he is. He's holding onto his elbow. Kim Dong-hwan, Korean coach. Long years of service with the national team. Certainly a fan favorite in Korea.
The court being cleaned up after that collision.
Kim Jong-hyun
looks
was
okay.
actually shaken up. Yeah, but he is okay.
And it comes to him now. Kim Jong-kyu forced backwards. Yang Dong-yen. Here's Cho, puts the ball on the floor and gets contact from Abdi.
Foul on the dribble. Again, attacking the basket using quickness is Korea.
Third foul on Khalid Abdi.
How quickly fortunes have changed here in the second half as Korea now in control.
Yang Dong-yen. Moon Tae-young onto Kim Jong-kyu. Held up on the baseline and called for a travel.
Some physical defense being allowed here by the referees. That's the way you like basketball.
Trey Johnson.
That sleepwalking pace of Qatar. They
So
might get back
methodical.
control.
Here's Johnson. Then he starts to quicken the pace. Back out to Abdi on the perimeter. Shot clock's down to 3. Over to the far side. That's a 3 from the corner. An offensive board as well for Mohamed, and he puts it back in.
That's been the big thing for Qatar all throughout the game. The offensive rebound, giving them a second chance opportunity. They can't work the ball screen and the high pick and roll because there is no spacing given by the Korean defense, so they've had to improvise and move the ball around.
Over to Yang on the far side. Korea have retaken the lead for now. Qatar had retaken the lead. Korea snatched the lead right back.
That's a nice shot coming from Lee. That's his shot. He's got that distance in that shot.
Trey Johnson.
And they try the high pick and roll once more.
He's going to go high off the glass, doing a bit of window shopping, Trey Johnson.
They work the same play once more. First time it didn't work, second time it worked.
Qatar back in front. So the two nations exchanging leads right now. Yang gets it back, trapped by the double team. That leaves the free man, and they knock it down with Lee Sung-kyun.
Back-to-back baskets for him. Again, we were talking about his range. That's his shot, the medium range.
Both sides executing, and that must be 4 or 5 lead changes in a row. Trey Johnson. Mohamed. Fake this shot, then what a lovely pass that is. Perfectly weighted into Abdi, cutting down the baseline.
Backdoor play here for Qatar. Again, finding the space behind the 2-3 zone defense, close to the baseline.
Moon Tae-young, now Cho, fouled in the corner by Mohamed.
Obviously, Qatar doesn't want to get Cho Sung-min on track with his outside shooting. Every chance he has to try to find an opening, Qatar fouls him. There's that drive strong to the hole by Qatar.
Lee Sung-kyun pirouetting one way, then back the other and banking it in. Wonderful move from the 23-year-old centre. It's another lead change. When is this pattern going to break? Trey Johnson. Forced away from the paint for now, taking his time. Final 5 seconds of the shot clock again. Finds the pass to Saeed in the corner, puts the ball on the floor and attacks the rim using the full extent of the shot clock. The composure from Qatar is to be admired. Moon Tae-young onto Cho, who's going to shoot from the outside. And that's 4 misses in a row for him.
And Cho Sung-min is still on the floor. Very slow to get up. Now he's finally back on his feet.
His only score came with the first possession of the game.
Cho Sung-min telling the referee that he was pushed down by Trey Johnson. No call. No meaningful contact, and that's why there was no call.
Ali Saad now bringing the ball down court. Abdi. Mohamed coming to set the screen, knocked away. There's the steal for Korea, and a simple 2 for Yang.
Not a good job of protecting the possession, Qatar, giving it up. Turnover point scored by Korea very quickly to capitalize.
Saeed looking for the entry pass in towards Mohamed, forced into the basket by Kim Jong-kyu. They found a way out with Abdi, but he missed the shot.
Korea can't seem to pull away. Well, neither can Qatar. It's a close one right here. And Qatar now with 14 fouls, and Korea none at all.
I wish I'd been counting these lead changes now. It's been back and forth for a good few minutes here in the third quarter. Cho. Moon Tae-young. Open shot for Yang, he misses it. Rebound grabbed by Mohammed.
And they're not in a hurry. They want to play down the shot clock.
Trey Johnson not on the floor. Instead it was Ali Saad taking the time off the clock. They're trapped here though, knocked away, another steal for Korea. Now a chance to break that pattern and come all the way down court. And Cho scores his first points since the first 10 seconds of the ball game. Abdi, Mohammed. Korea have a 3-point lead, which in the scope of the last 4 or 5 minutes is a pretty big one. Saad rejected by Kim Jong-kyu, but he grabs it right at the end of the shot clock. They didn't get the shot away on time.
And Korea's defense shutting the door now on Qatar. They haven't been able to get any kind of flow in their execution in offense.
Yang. Moon Tae-young. Kim Jong-kyu looking to spin into the paint. Creates the space. Moon Tae-young misses the shot. Still going to be Korea ball though.
And if you're Korea, you want to be aggressive. You know that Qatar is in the penalty. You don't need to settle for those outside shots. Go strong to the hole and go to the foul line.
Cho onto Yang, and it goes to Kim, back out to Yang again. Shot clock down to 2. They've got to get a shot away here. They do right at the end of the shot clock. Lee Sung-young hits, and Korea extend the lead to 5.
He's been the money man here for Korea. What a burst in offense from him in the third period.
And Korea have gone 3 minutes without a score. After that exchange of leads, they lasted a couple of minutes on the midway point of the third. They end their drought with a wonderfully floated shot from Ali Saad.
That's his trademark shot, the floater, Ali. And we talked about Lee Sung-kyun earlier on. 10 of his 14 points coming here in the third period to ignite this slight breakaway of Korea. You watch him right here, operating against a very experienced Ali, hitting it on a turnaround.
An efficient 14 points as well, 7 of 10 from the field. Here's Yang, final 90 seconds of the third. Lee Sung-kyun. Cho, nice bounce pass, lovely ball movement, the foul, and Kim Jong-kyu will go to the line for 2.
Pick and roll play, 2-man game on the strong side. And Qatar, as we mentioned in the penalty, but that was actually in the act of shooting. Beautiful bounce pass off the pick and roll. And no one covering the roller that time. And if you try the squeeze play on the man with the ball, there's got to be a third man rotating to cut the lane off from the roller. But Kim missing the free throw.
And just missing out on the opportunity to make it double figures for him. 8 points in the game, a chance to make it 9 at least. And he misses them both. An offensive board though for Moon Tae-young.
A rare offensive rebound here for Korea. But boy, they need this possession and they need this
Cho
basket.
from the corner, can't hit the 3. Moon Tae-young with the hustle play again, but it's going to go the other way.
You watch it right here. Who had the last possession in that situation? Oh, it looked like Moon Tae-young tapped the ball out of bounds. And he was out of bounds when he had possession. Another close encounter here at the FIBA Asia Championships.
4 really close and entertaining games on this court here today. You certainly feel that business has picked up in the second round.
And tomorrow, very critical games to be played in the second round. We'll get a rest day after that, and then the knockout quarterfinals. Can't get any more exciting than that.
Ali Saad. He's going to shoot the three. He's going to hit the three. He's going to tie the game.
He was set up for that one. High pick for Ali. He wanted that shot badly, and he got it.
And he's 3 of 5 from downtown, 15 points. Makes him the leading scorer in the game. Yang. Moon Tae-young goes into the low post. Hesitation on the shot. Foul drawn on Saeed.
And the Qatar players now talking things over, because I thought there was a little bit of miscommunication in the way they played defense that time. They started out with a 2-3 zone defense, and then they went to a man-to-man. Some players forgetting what they had to do in the zone defense, and as a result, giving up the 2 points inside.
Third foul on Saeed, and it sends Lee Jong-hyun to the line. Only 2 points so far today for him.
A part of that, it wasn't a three-point play opportunity, just 2 free throws on the miss. Qatar in the penalty situation.
Misses them both, so he still only has 2 points in the game. Averages in double figures in this tournament. 10.8 a game, the average, 17 points yesterday.
Oh, monster game for him yesterday with 3 blocked shots.
Foul on Yang.
And that's just the first team foul for Korea in this quarter. There's 11.8 seconds to go. They've got a lot of fouls to give. Korea's defense will not want to give a bucket here to Qatar as the quarter ends.
Ali Saad, leading scorer in the game, shaking off the attentions of Yang. Hard defense on him, and a foul called underneath.
And if it's against Qatar, it'll be shooting free throws for Korea.
And that's with 2.1 seconds remaining in the third.
Not smart at all. And Qatar coach Vasilius Fregas talking to his players on the bench.
Abdel Halim, the guilty man. So Cho Sung-min at the line.
And there's 2.1 seconds to go here in this quarter, giving an opportunity for Korea to score. Just a bonehead play that time.
An opportunity Korea probably wouldn't have had with only 2 seconds remaining, and they get the 2 points. Ali Saad just has to throw it up, and it's blocked by Yang, and it's Korea who have the slightest of edges at the end of 3 periods of basketball, leading 50-48 behind the 14 points of Lee Sung-hyun, who's 7 of 10 from the field, 12 from Yang Dong-yen. It's Qatar 48, Korea 50 at the end of 3.
It's been a tight one, pendulum swinging both ways. Check out the 2-point percentage. Korea with 50% shooting from that distance. Rebounding Qatar still with the edge, and the 15-7 edge in offensive rebounds. More turnovers, however, against Qatar, as Korea now with 8 steals against Qatar's 3.
Leading scorer in the game, Ali Saad for Qatar with 15, but he's the only Qatar player in double figures at the moment.
And that man has been vital for Korea. Lee Sung-hyun scoring 10 of his 14 here in this third quarter. And Trey Johnson, a total of 9 points for him, 2 in the third period, but not effective. I don't see his influence on the floor. You want to see him producing points for his teammates, getting his teammates involved in the offense. There's Ali Saeed. He's been big for Qatar. He's got 15 points. The only man in double figures for Qatar. And Cho Sung-min with a layup, 7 points. Getting a big applause here from Coach Kim Dong-hwan.
Only 7 points for Cho Sung-min after scoring 3 with the first possession of the game, but he got 2 field goals in that quarter. Strong move to the hoop there. Yang taking on the 3 and knocking it down. He has 12 for Korea.
Well, Qatar did a good job of taking away the three-point shot of Korea in the first half. Things haven't been falling for Qatar, however, in the third period. In terms of three-point shooting, Korea actually adding just 1 to their three-point total. So they've got 4 three-point conversions so far.
Open 3, closed down quickly on the perimeter, off the mark. Offensive board though, another one. And a battle to try and force it up and in from Mohd Mohammed. And he will go to the line for 2.
That's 16 offensive rebounds now for Qatar in this game, against 7 for Korea. Second chance points, 11 for Qatar and 6 for Korea.
Mohammed at the line, 8 points and 7 boards a game so far in the tournament. Or coming into today, 9 points now. Here today, 5 of them have come from the foul line, where he's now 5 of 5, and 1 more coming up. He's got 8 rebounds today as well. A possible double-double game. And this foul shot would tie the game at 50. And does. The winner will take a place in the quarterfinals for sure, and possibly go on to finish second in the group. Cho to Lee Jong-hyun, turning to the baseline, getting under the basket. Moon Tae-young misses a shot. Offensive board though for Lee Jong-hyun, and a fresh 14 to work with for Korea. Moon Tae-young only 2 of 9 from the field now, and he turns the ball over.
Great job defensively again by Ali. He's the smart one on the floor. He knows where to position himself. He knows where the pass is coming to, and he's able to stop the passing lane.
Trey Johnson at the foul line, hangs it into the low post, and it's put in by Mohammed. Nice feed.
Big man getting the job done, but Trey Johnson, that's his 3rd assist of the game. In total, Qatar has only had 5 assists. Again, the low post.
Lee Sung-hyun looking to attack, looking to bump and get in and create some space, and gets the roll off the rim and off the glass. It drops down.
And for Qatar, they have to find a solution to that low post move by Lee. It's money in the bank when he's that close. He's got a nice turnaround shot off that post position.
You get a pretty good return off that investment. He's 73% from the field today, 8 of 11.
Earlier we saw the Chinese coach Gong Lu-ming. China game coming up.
We're level at 52 here. 8.5 to play. Trey Johnson slowing the pace again. He must have touched the basketball more than anyone else in this tournament with the time he takes off the clock.
That's a 3-second violation. That defense of Korea made him rethink his situation in the painted area. Mohammed.
Cho to bring the ball up court for Korea. Moon Tae-young forced backwards. Cho won't save it, and Korea will turn it over right back to Qatar.
What you don't see here is Korea's quickness in attacking the basket, in going for the transition 3. And Moon Tae-young hasn't found his game in this tournament so far. It's been a disappointment showing for him.
2 of 9 from the field today, just 2 points. Pass as well from Trey Johnson, and forced in. Mohammed gets it to drop. Back-to-back assists from Trey Johnson to find Mohd Mohammed.
High ball screen, and then the roll to the basket. And Korea now giving the roller, Mohammed, space to operate. And you don't want to do that. Off the pick and roll, he's coming straight down the middle. You need to put bodies to stop that roller.
In the space of about a minute, Mohd Mohammed has doubled his field goal tally for the game, and Trey Johnson has doubled his assists for the game.
Yeah, he's making things happen, Trey Johnson. He's getting the ball in the hands of the big guy.
And Mohamed completes the three-point play, and Qatar lead by 3. Yang Donggien. Cho going to shoot the 3. A miss from the outside for Korea again. They've not shot the 3 too well today. Here's Trey Johnson again. Another feed inside, this time the foul before the shot.
Johnson looking to facilitate. He's not looking at any other teammate except the big guy inside. And you know it, you can sense it. When he's driving strong to the hole, his eyes are not on the basket. His eyes are on number 13, Mohamed. He wants that man to get the ball, the touch close to the basket. Who can stop him? He's such a big body. There he is again. Oh, this time he's way outside.
Finds him with the long pass that time. Trey Johnson.
And that's because he wants him for the pick and roll. There's the high pick. Doesn't get the pass though.
They'll take the 3 this time. They will hit the 3 to double the lead to 6. The timeout call for Korea with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to play, as Hassan Mohamed knocks down the outside shot.
Trey Johnson doing a marvelous job here facilitating, getting the ball in the hands of the big guy, then that time getting the ball in the hands of the shooter.
Trey Johnson has got more assists now in the last 2 minutes than he had in the first 31 minutes of this ball game.
Can you believe that? And top scorers for the game, Lee with 16 points. And for Qatar, the top man is still Ali Saad, but Mohamed now with 15 points. And he's giving chase. He's equaled the output of Ali. There's a three-point conversion by Ali. And then the nice floater. He has mastered that shot to perfection. You know, he reminds you of an NBA player of many, many years ago, Slick Watts. They called him Slick because shaven skull, and then he had that headband. And that's a trademark look here for Ali Said Abdul Rahman in the FIBA Asia Championships. That headband.
He's certainly been slick today.
Yeah.
15 points, 5 of 11 from the field. Mohd Mohamed now has 15 for Qatar after his recent scoring burst. 4 of 5 from the field and 7 of 7 from the line. Hugely efficient 15 points.
And again, it's Ali Saad putting pressure on the point guard, but there's been a switch here.
Yang pulls up from around the foul line, can't hit the shot though. And Qatar will slow it down again. They have a 6-point lead and a chance to add to it here.
And if you're Korea, you can't get frustrated. You missed that medium range shot, wide open shot for Yang.
Trey Johnson, there's the pass to the big man under the basket. Saeed this time, and he's fouled.
And Kim getting foul number 3. He should be careful, he might get called for a technical. There's the foul, but Irfan Ali Said finding that space down the baseline.
Saeed hits the first from the foul line.
That's a nice soft touch for the big man.
It's his first trip to the line today. He's 2 of 10 from the floor. Is Saeed.
And check out what he's done so far in this game. 8 rebounds.
Choi onto Yang. Lead for Qatar has grown to 8.
There's a mismatch down low.
Choi with the long 3. Another miss from the outside for Korea. They're 4 of 17 from downtown.
Korea could have gone to the middle where they had a mismatch at the post, but elected for the outside shot once more.
Trey Johnson takes on the shot himself this time, created the space and nailed it to give Qatar a double-digit lead.
And the flow of the game, the control of the tempo, clearly Qatar's.
Long two is off the mark from Kim Jong-kyu. There's a foul under the basket.
That's a push. And that's just the first team foul for Qatar. What about Korea, already with 14 fouls? So with 5:48 to go, you're going to expect Qatar to go aggressive in attacking the basket.
And if Qatar can hit their free throws down the stretch, that may be enough hit. Or can Korea start lighting it up from the outside? Another miss. 4 of 18 from downtown for 22%. Cho is 1 of 8.
And you know, the key has been the disruption of the flow. There is no rhythm in that Korean offense. So they're not getting their shots to fall in from three-point distance. And we noticed that right at the top of our coverage, the way Qatar was playing defense, they were closing out in the three-point area, but giving up the medium-range shot. And Korea really wants to get going from beyond the arc.
Trey Johnson. Shot clock down to the final 5 seconds again as they look to attack with Saeed. Grabs the ball, tries to put it back up, grabs it again, puts it back up. And it's still going to be Qatar ball.
Referees allowing the players to play this game. A lot of physical contact underneath.
It's a real battle on the boards at times, and Qatar have that height, that physicality. They're winning the battle. Saeed. Ali Saad. Trey Johnson. He's going to put it up and put it short. And the rebound grabbed by Choi. Midway point of the fourth quarter. 10-point Qatar advantage. Yang out of bounds and Qatar ball. Just not clicking for Korea.
Absolutely no rhythm here. And Yang, I don't know if that was an enforced error, but anyway, you chalk it up as a turnover. Ali Saeed. Watch him now bringing up the ball. Trey Johnson is the man waiting in the wings for the pass. He's not getting it.
Saeed. He gets it now. Johnson up against Yang.
He's at the post position.
Shot clock down to 3. He gets between 2, hangs it over a third, can't finish. Now Korea can come on the charge. They must score here, and they do. With Lee Jong-hyun, they make it a single-digit game again.
Badly needed 2 points here for Korea. They're looking to trap Trey Johnson.
He's able to find a way out to Ali Saad. Now Saeed. Trey Johnson again. Final 4 minutes of the game here. 8-point Qatar lead. A place in the quarterfinals on the line.
There's a switch off the pick.
Trey Johnson, shot clock down to the final few seconds again. What a move that is from Trey Johnson, and Korea feeling the Qatar crunch. And now looking to answer back with a 3, and they do through Lee Sung-hyun.
They want the ball in his hands. We called him the money man back in the third period. Now his total is up to 19.
It's his first from the outside. He's now 9 of 12 from the field. Dribbled away off the foot of Hassan Mohammed. A turnover for Qatar and a chance for Korea to make it a close game again.
Big man checking back in here. Good rotation of players here by Coach Freigas of Qatar, giving rest for his key players. And then now with 3:26 to go, Abdi is back, Mohammed is back. So it's that pacing, the quality of the coaching, very evident here on the side of Qatar.
Yang. He's going to pull up for 3. Back-to-back threes for Korea. They are far from down and out in this one.
If there's anything that's going to get Korea back in the game, it's that three-point shot. And sure enough, it's the huge equalizer in any basketball game.
Final 3 minutes of the game, and it's only a 4-point game now. Qatar had been leading by double figures as Trey Johnson looks to attack again. Can't finish this time. Cho, aggressive on the boards. and clings onto it for dear life. Yang, Choi, they move it on. Free man under the hoop. Lee Jong-hyun stuffs it down to keep the Korean cruise going. And the timeout called for Qatar with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Korea, from a double-digit deficit, have reduced the arrears to just 2.
Back-to-back three-point shots, and then the slam dunk coming from Lee down the baseline. Nobody home. And if you're Qatar, you have to guard against complacency. Probably thinking they had this game all wrapped up, but you can never count Korea down. You can't count them out because that three-point shot will always be there in their arsenal. The leaders so far, Mohammed with 15 points, Irfan Ali Saeed with 10 points, and Trey Johnson with 4 assists. It's as close as it can be. Just a 2-point lead for Qatar, but Korea in the penalty, Qatar with just 1 team foul.
Both teams have had 10-point leads, but for the vast majority of this one, it's been a very, very close game. Too many lead changes to count, and Qatar leads 64-62 with just 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play. The winner will go to the quarterfinals for sure, and it could very well be that the winner will take second place in the group and then look to avoid Iran in the next round. Saeed out to Ali Saad. Final 2.5 minutes. Abdi.
Oh, look at
picked off
this.
here by Korea, but they won't be able to pick up the pieces on the fast break as Yang knocked it away.
Burst of speed from Yang, showing that he still has a lot of energy to finish this game with a lot of gas left in his tank. Look at frustration. He had the ball knocked out of the hands of Trey Johnson, but he couldn't control it.
Here is Trey Johnson, only 5 left on the shot clock. They have to get a shot away quickly. Johnson spinning, putting it up from the foul line. Beautifully done from Trey Johnson, who is coming up big down the stretch.
Mr. Clutch doing it again. You know, he's hurting.
He is hurting.
I think he might have gotten hit below the belt.
2 minutes
the
to
grimace in
play.
his face. That was a big basket he scored.
He'll have to shake that one off quickly. Foul called on Abdi.
Not in the act of shooting, so good foul to give. If you're Qatar, you're not in the penalty. But Trey Johnson has to go back on the bench. He's hurting. And what's incredible is that he was hurting when he took that turnaround jump shot. You watch it right here. Turnaround, beautiful shot. He was already hurting at that time. The grimace on his face. So glaring.
Cho to inbound to Choi. Final 2 minutes, 4-point game. Korea trying to get closer again. Yang. Shot clock down to 3. Yang's going to put it up from the outside. Off the mark, but an offensive board knocked away. And a foul.
Young missing on a 3-point shot. That would have been huge for Korea if it connected. But Korea getting a reprieve here on a second chance opportunity.
Korea timeout with 96 seconds to play. Qatar leading 66-62 and edging closer and closer to the quarterfinals. Can Korea create another turnover, another turnaround? They're led by the 19 points of Lee Sung-hyun. They've got 15 from Yang Dong-yen. 3 in double figures for Qatar, all of them with 15. Trey Johnson now 7 of 17 from the field. Ali Saad 5 of 11, and Mohammed 4 of 5, as well as 9 rebounds.
And you see the Korea team huddled around their coach Kim Dong-hwan, and the Qatar team, Coach the Greek coach Frigas. He's been with the Qatar basketball program now for 2 years. You see that turnaround shot taken by Trey Johnson in pain. And then the drive by Johnson. He's doing it all here down the stretch for Qatar. He's Mr. Clutch. 15 points. You wonder, is he going to check back in? He went back to the bench hurting. He's not on the floor for Qatar. Big possession here for Korea. They need to score. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
96 seconds remaining in the game. Korea down by 4. Yang, they'll take it with Cho from the corner off balance. Can't hit. And Qatar secure it with Abdi.
Again, the three-point shooting woes of Korea.
And of Cho, he's 1 of 9. Ali Saad, they'll take as much time off the clock as they possibly can. In towards Mohd Mohammed. Across to the far side. They'll shoot the early 3. Can't hit. Yang able to recover. It's one of the few times they've shot with still 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And a foul from behind.
What Qatar haven't been able to do, Tim, is to take advantage of Korea's early penalty situation. They haven't been aggressive. The last time out, Abdi taking the outside shot. You want them to go aggressive, strong to the hole, get to the foul line. They haven't done that. They haven't taken advantage of the foul situation.
Final minute, 4-point deficit. Korea could really do with a score here. It's going to be a long 2, I think. Short anyway. Mohammed grabs the rebound. They'll try and take those precious seconds away now. Penned into the far side. Can they find a way out? They do off the pirouette move. Saeed passed up the opportunity to shoot and look to take more seconds away from Korea. Final 5 of the shot clock now, and then the foul comes as Ali Saad looks to get away.
And that's Cho Sung Min's 4th personal foul. Ali Saad slow to get up. He's finally on his feet. You watch him right there stumbling.
A tough game for Cho Sung Min. 7 points, just 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 9 from the outside, and now 4 fouls. The player averages 16 points per game and shoots 50% from the 3-point line.
Trey Johnson still on the bench. Big question is, will he check back in? 33.3 seconds to go. He's trying to walk off that pain. Big missed free throw, but still a 2-possession game.
Miss for Ali Saad. There's one more coming. Plenty of time for Korea here.
Misses
them both, so it's a 4-point game. Yang. Cho.
They don't need a 3-point basket.
Yang, he's going to take a 3-pointer though. Can't hit it. They get the offensive board. Now they need a quick basket. And they can't get it again. And it's grabbed by Abdi. And Korea are just falling short.
And Qatar looks like they are going to pick up a victory here.
Fourth foul on Choi, and Qatar will go back to the foul line. First, we're going to have a timeout with just 12.5 seconds to play. Korea still down by 4. Qatar leading 66-62. And Korea have really struggled with their 3-point shot today. 6 of 24, just 25%, far below their usual percentages. And Cho Sung Min outlines that 1 of 10 from downtown for him.
Well, as a team, Korea is hitting 48.7% from beyond the arc, and they're doing 25% in this game. That's just unexplainable.
Over the first 4 games, Cho hit 50% from downtown. Today, 10%.
And all because of the pace that Qatar established right from the start. A masterful job of coaching here by Qatar coach Fregas, dictating the tempo. Trey Johnson taking over late in the 4th period. A lot of assists, big shots coming his way. And now he's not even able to finish the game. He's still on the bench. That must have been quite a hit. But here Abdi, he's a three-point specialist, needs to be able to ice this contest with free throws.
This would be quite a hit to Korea in terms of their ambitions of progressing onto the podium, because it may mean a third-place finish and a quarter-final tie against Iran. Remember, they've only missed out on the podium in 3 of their 28 appearances at the Asia Championships.
Abdi with 2 free throws. And you're so right, Tim, because with the Philippines' victory over Iran earlier today, and if the Philippines beats India tomorrow, Philippines will take pole position in their bracket in the second round. Iran will slip to second place, and that means second place of Iran's group will play third place of this group. And as you were saying, the loser here could eventually end up number 3. And what a matchup it will be in the knockout quarterfinals against Iran.
Iran, the reigning champions, have won 3 of the last 4 Asia Championships, and many people's pick again to take the whole thing in 2015.
They were just blowing out opponents one after the other in the preliminaries and the first game of the second round. And Qatar is still calling a timeout to map out strategies now. Just in case there are complications with ties, Qatar wants to make sure that they still get a basket here with 8.3 seconds to go, thinking of the point differential in case the quotient system is applied.
Qatar leading 68-63, and behind 4 players now in double figures, 3 of them leading the way on 15. Trey Johnson, Ali Saad and Mohd Mohammed, and then they've got 10 points now from the number 8 Khalid Abdi.
And Tim, this is the way you like basketball played. Down to the last second, you've got the coaches still mapping out plays, making sure that they get a basket in the last possession. Even if Qatar is up by 5, they want to make a basket with 8.3 seconds to go. Every single point counts in a tournament format like this, where point differential could mean the difference in your seeding in the next round.
What a fantastic job they have done here. Right from the very start, controlling the pace of the game, playing it their way, and suffocating that Korean speed.
And remember, Qatar coming off a loss to Jordan last night, 84-73. Johnson held to just 11 points in that game. Rather listless performance for Trey Johnson. But here, when he needed to step up big time in the 4th period, he took control of the reins, passed the ball around, facilitated, made some big shots too.
Choi's just been fouled out on 4 points. A foul that sends Korea, or Qatar rather, back to the line.
Well, for Qatar, this is a vengeful victory. They lost to South Korea by 27 points in the knockout quarterfinals in 2013.
First one missed here by Mohd Mohammed.
He's been a presence. Mohammed, that wide body. You know, big reason why Qatar was able to get control of this game tempo-wise is because of their dominance of the boards, especially the offensive rebounds, giving them multiple possessions.
And can they get a quick 3? They need it with Yang here off the mark, and that will do it. Qatar pick up a very solid win to guarantee their place in the quarterfinals here, and to give them pole position in terms of picking up second place in the group behind China and avoiding Iran in the quarterfinals. 3 players on 15 points, actually 16 now for Mohd Mohammed after that made free throw to lead the way for them. 4 of 5 shooting from the field for him, and Qatar beat Korea 69-63.
And check out the game stats on your screens. 3-point shooting, Qatar actually won better than Korea, beating Korea in its own game. Korea actually hitting 48% from 2-point distance. The big difference, rebounding. 19 offensive boards for Qatar, 11 for Korea. While Qatar had more turnovers and Korea had more steals, they got the job done by controlling the tempo, hitting the shots that counted, getting clutch plays from who else but Mr. Clutch himself, Trey Johnson. Ali Saad Abdul Rahman with 15 points. Mohammed topping the scoring parade for Qatar with 16 and 19 for Lee Sung-hyun for Korea. And the top scorers, again we repeat, Mohammed, Johnson, Lee Sung-hyun, Yang finishing with 15 points, and the rebound leaders for this game. What a dramatic contest in a game that was very tactical, and Qatar getting it done.
Tactical, tight and tense, and a key part of that as well was Qatar getting to the foul line. We talked about Mo Mohammed leading the way with 16 points. Half of his 16 came from foul shots. Korea at the line, only 58%, and in such a tight game, that can prove costly. Trey Johnson, superb performance, coming up big in terms of scoring in the second half. 15 points he finished with, a couple of lovely moves. Big stuff here for Lee Jong-hyun. Both teams had a double-digit advantage, and it was Qatar who you always felt had a bit more control over the pace, over the flow, and very aggressive on the boards as well. 19 offensive rebounds.
And congratulations all around for the Qatar players. Trey Johnson didn't finish this game on the court. Big win for Qatar.
سامع الاستوديو. اي نعم سامع الاستوديو. اوكي معي محمد سعد عبد الرحمن. ها نعم بطبيعة الحال فوز مهم جدا لقطر، ويبدو أن قطر عودتنا على المباريات الحماسية والمباريات الندية على مثل هذه المستويات. إلى جانبي محمد سعد عبد الرحمن اللاعب القطري للتعليق على المباراة وكيف تحقق هذا الانتصار. كابتن ألف مبروك هذا الفوز.
الله يبارك فيك. أول حاجة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله فوز كبير لمنتخب قطر. الفرقه كلها أدت بشكل كبير، كان مهم الفوز ده بالنسبه لنا بعد الخساره امبارح امام منتخب الاردن. كنا محتاجين الفوز ده للتعديل من مركزنا، ركزنا بشكل كبير على الدفاع والريباوند، لان